Tonight on the news, vaccination of children under 5 against measles, rubella kicks off in Rivers State. Senate makes U-turn on rejection of electronic transmission of election results. Plus, INEC approves registration of 2 new political parties. Pleasant evening to you and welcome to the World News on Rivers Television. I am Obubele Parker on the news. Don't forget, Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Rstv News is live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. Click the bell so you get notifications whenever we are live on the news. Welcome. Rivers State Primary Healthcare Management Board has begun a 21-day measles and rubella vaccine campaign to curb the menace of deformity, blindness, and deafness in children caused by measles and rubella diseases. The ceremony, hosted by the Obiapo Local Government Council, is in partnership with the National Primary Healthcare Management Agency, the World Health Organization, and other donor agencies. Melvin Jackson has the rest of the report.
In his address of welcome, Chairman Obiapo Local Government Area Gift Wallo, who acknowledged the usefulness of the vaccines, thanked the state government, the Ministry of Health, and the Primary Healthcare Management Board for finding his local government area worthy to kickstart the campaign of measles rubella vaccines in the state. He noted that with the vaccines, children within his local government area will have a new ease of life, urging parents and guardians to avail their children and ward to be inoculated to avoid being victims of the harmful scourge.
This is not the time to talk religion. It's not the time to say that your pastor said that you are covered by the blood of Jesus. You can get the vaccine and still be covered by the blood of Jesus. In fact, if anything, the blood of Jesus will make the vaccine to be more efficacious.
Given his remarks, Executive Secretary, Rivers State Primary Healthcare Management Board, Chitro Adele, said the event was to enlighten, sensitize, immunize, and vaccinate the public of the horrible scourge called measles and rubella. Dr. Adele stated further that community leaders and family heads should make it a duty to enforce the vaccination of their children to avert the spread of the diseases, adding that the vaccines are safe and effective and have no side effects.
Our community leaders, your highnesses, to our wonderful women, to the community groups who are here to spread the message, to overcome any and all taboos against the immunization and tell them how important it is. It's a collective thing for all of us, because one person gets measles in the community, it spreads rapidly, and then it becomes a more difficult and more expensive thing to control the infection.
Rivers State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Justina Jumbo, echoed that the vaccines are necessary for the protection of children, as it is a combined force of drugs that eradicates human papilloma virus in girls of 9 years old, measles, rubella for children between the ages of 9 months to 14 years, and routine immunization for children between 0 to 3 months. She advised the public to take advantage of the campaign to avail their children and wards to any health care center near them to be inoculated.
Mothers, please bring out your children for immunization. The immunizers that will be going around to churches to immunize these children. Imam in your mosque, ensure that people bring out their children and be immunized. It will not prevent the women from giving birth. Instead, it will enhance them to give birth to complete and healthy children.
In a goodwill message, community heads, donor agencies and partners as well as beneficiaries commended the state government for the efforts, promising to convey the message to their areas and to provide their subjects for vaccination. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Chairman of Emoho Local Government Council, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, has expressed happiness over the relative peace enjoyed in Rivers State and sued for its sustenance. He made the remarks shortly after appearing on an Rstv Live program, Stewardship. Namdi Olimini has a report.
Dr. Lloyd also thanked God for the restoration of peace in the state and prayed for the perfection in the interests of the people and residents of the state. He said no meaningful development can take place in the absence of peace and appealed for collective efforts to achieve lasting peace in the state. According to him, it is commendable that projects initiated by previous administration have been continued by the Governor Fubara-led administration, noting that government is a continuum.
Every matter that is not in the exclusive list and the concurrent list is on the residual list. So we decided to give to our people what they want. What is the crime in constructing a road where there is none? We are only also supporting the state government so that such funds can now be put elsewhere.
The Emoha Local Government Council boss explained that he decided to embark on road construction because he wanted to bequeath laudable legacies, as according to him, the purpose of governance is to provide for the people. He said beside road construction, his administration has made impact in other sectors, including education, information and communication technology, skills acquisition, and youth empowerment, among others. According to him, he cannot satisfy all the needs of the people within the limited time, but is optimistic that more will be done for the benefit of the people of Emoha.
We thank God for today. We thank God for the state. We thank God for the peace that pervades the state. We are happy that we are not running helter-skelter in the state, and that I could see projects that were started by his predecessor being continued, and so on and so forth. So we thank God for Jesus. We still pray that perfect peace will pervade the state.
Stewardship is a live current affair program of the Rivers State Television where people in leadership positions give account of their programs and activities. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Meanwhile, Acting General Manager of the Rstv Television, Ambassador Paul Dango, has challenged the staff to show more commitment to their responsibilities as public servants. The advice was given during the maiden staff meeting of the Acting General Manager. Gatspa Anele has more on that report.
Ambassador Dambo, who commended the progressive efforts of the Permanent Secretary, Rivers State Ministry of Information and Communications, Dr. Ono Sirawo in the state, enjoined the producers in the station to switch over to social media and project Rstv and the policies and programs of the state as the management will provide the data and other assistance. He enumerated some laudable achievements recorded so far within the few weeks in office, to include provision of more editing machines, tripods, microphones, Rstv viewers, renovations of the air conditioners and newsroom, among others. The acting general manager promised to embark on quarterly in-house training and retraining of staff and warned against lukewarm attitudes, adding that there will be Rstv stickers to rebrand the station as well as monthly star awards for hard-working staff, with the head of Current Affairs Division, Ibiene Ogondo, as chairman of the 3-man committee on motivation.
It is proper that we should find a way to encourage our staff, no matter how small. And I've also directed that the committee in charge of the Star of the Month award should also do a certificate. So by the time we go around every month, we have people who have certificate to show for what they are doing. Some people can even keep winning. And the more you don't know, those certificates may speak tomorrow for you.
Director Administration Ndo Aje, Director Programs Messia Bob Manuel, and Deputy Director Account Ambassador Margaret Jack Adebisi also described the monthly meeting as a laudable initiative and advised staff to remain focused.
Can see that there are people who are doing their job with passion. It's like when they are not here, they are not happy.
Of the entire staff to be responsive when they are called. Today, they have shown that they are responsive staff. Let's hope it continues.
Rstv staff are very, very creative, and they have the ability to adapt. You talk to several staff in Rstv and you hear that they have creative ideas that can be turned into program.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
To other matters now, secondary school students should channel their energies into lucrative ventures, particularly skills and businesses capable of boosting income to finance their career path. President, Rotary Club of Isiokpo, Rotarian Ichechi Obiando, gave the advice while presenting a career talk, which was part of an outreach sponsored by the club for students of Government Secondary School, Obodo, and traders of Isiokpo Market. Melvin Jackson takes it from here.
Rotarian Obiando, who highlighted key areas of focus as career lines, such as making inquiries before choosing a particular profession, knowing what to study in school and studying hard to scale through in their educational endeavors. He opined that if they focus on their career line, nothing in life can halt their success, even though it may delay, and advised that students should be serious in their life if they must achieve success.
You know, Rotary is all about humanitarian service, and we are called to serve. We are called to help humanity, and that is why, because of our aim as Rotarians, we went to the school to guide them properly in their career choices and going further in life. We have decided to come here to assist them to grow their business, to support their business.
Also speaking, President of Rotary Club of Port Harcourt Portland, Rotarian Paul Momo, and President of Rotary Club of Port Harcourt Golf Estate, Rotarian Kelechi Okwara, stated that the community outreach is a way to offer support to the less privileged in society and provide basic education and literacy.
As Rotarian, it's part of our duties to, at the several area of focus, to encourage the less privileged in the community. So by this program we are carrying out today, we believe to a very great extent it will help the community. It's for them to use it judiciously.
We are part of the District 9141 club. We came here for the community and economic development. We gave them some tokens, and we hope they are going to use it to add to their business, to improve their business. And this is not the last of us. We will come back here again to do more impact.
The club also donated writing materials to the school, sanitary items, as well as part for female students and financial support to traders in Obodo Isiokpo Market. Principal of Government Secondary School Obodo Isiokpo and students thanked Rotary Club for choosing their school for the program, while traders of Obodo Isiokpo Market also commended them for their timely support to boost their businesses.
I learned about keeping myself clean. I learned about period hygiene, and I also learned about how to learn work. When I'm done writing work, I will know what I can do, like to go and learn work.
As they came and they told us many things on what to study, I have decided that I'll go on the subjects that I'm used to, and I'll go more for research and study the career.
I will use it to add up to my business.
We say thank you to you people for helping us to use for our market.
I really want to appreciate the Rotary Club for this empowerment that you people have given to me today, and I will make good use of it.
Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Minority Caucus has clarified on Thursday that the upper chamber did not reject the electronic transmission of election results before passing the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, contrary to widespread media reports. The clarification comes barely 24 hours after the upper chamber came under fire following reports that lawmakers had rejected proposals for the electronic transmission of results and a 10-year ban on vote buyers and other electoral offenders. Senate President Godswill Akpabio dismissed this claim as misleading, maintaining that legislators retained electronic transfer as provided under the 2022 Electoral Act, a distinction he said was necessary to avoid legal and operational ambiguities. Addressing journalists on Thursday, former Senate Minority Leader Senator Naya Abaribe said the caucus was compelled to address what he described as a widespread misunderstanding of Wednesday's plenary proceedings. The House of Representatives has constituted a conference committee to work with that of the Senate to harmonize the Electoral Act ahead of the 2027 general elections. The Senate passed the act with significant changes, including reducing the period for issuance of the electoral timetable from 360 days to 180 days after the House had passed the Act on 23 December 2025, while the House also approved electronic transmission of election results from the polling units to the IREV in real time and simultaneously with physical collation. The Senate rejected the provision choosing rather to allow the 2022 provisions which allows the INEC to determine the mode of transmission. Spokesman of the House, Akintunde Rotimi, said the conference committee was set up in accordance with legislative procedure for harmonizing areas of difference between the versions of the bill passed by both chambers of the National Assembly. According to him, the decision is contained in an internal correspondence dated Wednesday, 4 February 2026, signed by the clerk to the House of Representatives, Dr. Yahaya Danzaria, conveying the directive of the leadership of the House. You're watching news are coming from Rstv Television. River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. You can watch us live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. Do us a favor, click the notification bell so you get us live straight from the studios. Still to come, US, Iran talk tough ahead nuclear weapon meeting in Muscat. And in sports, IMBA management faces probe over $1 million CAF fund. Details of these and more stories will be featuring when we come back after these commercials. Stay with us.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on YouTube Rstv Online, Facebook, and GoTV at channel 142.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
The Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide, presents the first Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut for the year 2026. It is a night of intense worship, prophetic prayers, and declarations. It is a night of spiritual realignment for the year ahead. It is a night where gates will be lifted and barriers broken. It is a night where God Himself will open the door of 2026 for us. Doors of glory, doors of nations, doors of increase, doors of dominion, doors of influence and affluence will be opened for us, and no man can shut it. Date Friday, 6th February 2026. Time 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue OPM headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Mbodo Alo, River State, Nigeria. Come ready to pray with your coconut, and the heavens will respond, and access will be granted to us this 2026.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
You need all the nutrients that will hold you tight. Stay in power, you find it all in peak. Every move you make, big steps you the beat goes on, and the beat goes on, and the beat goes on and on, and the beat goes on and on and on and on.
Muna kira ga al'ummar arewacin Najeriya, musamman jihar Kano, da ku ci gaba da amfani da madarar Pig Milk.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Many thanks for joining us again for more news. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the registration of 2 new political parties, which brings the number of parties in the country to 21. National Chairman of INEC, Professor Joash Ampiton, who announced this at the first quarterly meeting with political leaders, listed the 2 parties as Democratic Leadership Alliance and National Democratic Congress. Professor Ampiton said while only the Democratic Leadership Alliance met all the conditions for the registration of political parties, the National Democratic Congress is being registered in obedience to the judgment of the Federal High Court in Lokoja. He said a certificate of registration will be handed over to the new political parties. On the ongoing electoral activities, Professor Ampiton called on CSOS to intensify mobilization efforts in the Federal Capital Territory to ensure residents collect their permanent voter cards ahead of the area council elections scheduled for Saturday, 21 February 2026. The INEC chairman also confirmed that by-elections would hold the same day in Ahoda East 2 and Kana 2 state constituencies in River State, as well as Kano Municipal and Ongogo state constituencies, all in Kano State. Now, Nigeria and the World Bank have reached an agreement to speed up economic reforms, attract large-scale investment, and open up more job opportunities for the country's fast-growing population. The agreement followed high-level discussions held this week in Abuja between the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, and the Managing Director of Operations at the World Bank Group, Anna Bijerd, along with senior government and World Bank officials. According to a statement issued by the Ministry of Finance, the talks focused on moving Nigeria's reform agenda beyond policy changes to visible outcomes that improve the daily lives of citizens. The meeting also restated the federal government's economic path under President Bola Tinubu, with officials noting that confidence in Nigeria's reform program is gaining ground among global investors and development partners. The United States and Iran have agreed to hold nuclear talks in Oman on Friday as President Donald Trump issued a blunt warning to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and the UK official have confirmed that the meeting would start at 6 o'clock GMT in Muscat. The talks had appeared to be in jeopardy, with the 2 countries at odds over the location and parameters. Trump has built up U.S. forces in the region and threatened military action if Iran does not agree a deal on its nuclear program and stop killing protesters. Khamenei had also warned the U.S. that any attack on Iran would spark a regional war. Police say a suspect has been identified over the disappearance of a 4-year-old boy who went missing in the South Australian outback. Gus Lamont was last seen playing outside his home on a remote sheep station near Yunta, about 300 kilometers from Adelaide, on 27 September. His grandmother left him alone for about an hour before checking on him, only to find the boy missing, prompting one of the largest land and air searches in the state's history. According to the police, the person who lives on the property has been identified as a suspect, but confirmed that the boy's parents were not under investigation. Investigators said they had initially considered 3 possible scenarios. The boy walked off, he was abducted, or someone known to Gus was involved in his disappearance and, of course, suspected death. From the sports desk, we got the story that the government of Abia State is currently probing the management of Yimba Football Club over the $1 million African Football League prize money the club received for participating in the 2023 edition of the tournament, just as their players are protesting over unpaid allowances. Yimba participated in the maiden edition of the tournament, which was created by the Confederation of African Football with support from FIFA in 2023, losing out in the quarterfinal stage. The 9-time Nigeria Premier League Football League champions were beaten 4-0 on aggregate by Wydad Casablanca. Yimba had lost 1-0 at home to the Moroccan club in Rio on October 22, 2023, before falling by 3 more goals 4 days later. Despite the defeat, they earned $1 million from the competition's $14.4 million prize money. Over 2 years after their participation, the handlers of the club were summoned by the state government on Monday to account for how money was spent, among other issues relating to the club's administration. That's the package for tonight. River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. We have been live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. Don't forget, these live feeds will